Welcome back to Poul's Kitchen. Today we're going to be doing a video on fried haddock. Nice Nova Scotian, Atlantic Canadian seafood dish that we really love here. Please forgive the video work. Amy's not here right now, so it's just me doing it. So I'm going to try to do this a little bit more simpler put. Before we begin, please hit the like, share, subscribe button. I notice that a lot of people aren't really subscribed to us. It would really help us out a lot if you would. So please take a moment and just hit the share subscribe button. So there's a few things we're going to need first. We're going to get some haddock. And what we're going to do is we're going to take half of this. We're going to put it in this bowl. We're going to put in a little bit of vegetable oil. We're going to season it with some ground cinnamon, nutmeg, some savory herbs, poultry seasoning, black pepper, paprika, a little bit of salt, never going to hurt anybody. Before we do that, we're going to fry up some cut up onion and potato. If you're not going to peel it, make sure that you wash it really good. So we're going to start with some oil in the pan. We're going to fry up the onion and potato in here. Once that's done, we're going to take that out, and then we're going to take the contents of this. So make sure you drizzle it and you get it all mixed in really good. I'm going to cut my haddock in half to do that. Before we go much further, there is a subject I really want to talk about. And the last video I touched on this quite a bit, but my friend Jamie, he's a really good guy. He's married 2 kids, and his condition's gotten worse. He just had a seizure and took 2 more strokes. He's on life support right now, and things have been really incredibly hard on his family because of it. I'm going to ask if you can check out the Patreon page, check out the GoFundMe page for him. If you can, help him out, because his family really needs you right now. So I'm just going to check out and see what else I have in here if I want to use anything. Probably don't. Oh yes, we're going to use a little bit of lime juice. Lime juice is always good, so I'm going to use a little bit of that in there as well. So I'm going to come back when I'm ready to start frying up the onions, and I'll be back. Alright, so welcome back. So right now we've got this kind of sitting in its seasoning. It's got a little bit of oil, nutmeg, cinnamon, a little salt, paprika, pepper, and poultry sauce, or poultry spice I should say. And in this pan right here, I've got, and I never thought about this, but I'll give you a second because I need to put pepper on this. And it's a 2-hand job. So with my fries, at least, all I really do is I put pepper on them. You can put a little bit of salt if you want, if you're not too worried about your cholesterol or anything else. A little salt's not going to kill you, but it's always a good thing to keep in mind. You don't usually need to add extra salt or anything, because there's more than enough salt on it already for most things. The more salt you add, the worse it's going to be for your salt. It's just not healthy. So this is going to sit there, and I also got lime juice in this as well, by the way. I'm not going to need to add a whole lot more oil. I might put a little bit in there, but it's only going to take a couple minutes for these to go. You want a nice quick meal, haddock is a great thing to do. It's got a lot of health benefits. It tastes really good. You notice I cut my potatoes into fries. You don't have to do that. It's just what I wanted to do today, but you really don't have to. I'm not much for deep frying anything because it's really not good for you. But the onions will also give a nice little texture. You can put a little bit of ketchup on it if you want, or whatever dressing you prefer to put on your fries. And that's just one potato, one like pretty small potato at that. It's not a big one at all. So I mean, anybody that sits there and thinks that that they just want to buy a big bag of already pre-cut fries, they don't have to worry about it. You can, but honestly, sometimes it's just as easy to take a moment and cut up your own potatoes. Like, they're really good. And I tell you, if Dean was here right now with us, he'd be enjoying this. He really would. Like, I'm sorry going on about this, guys, but well, please help the family out. It's a sudden tragic event that a company called Support Services Group, or SPG, had done some pretty heinous, abusive things to him that put him in this situation, and yeah, it sucks. And now I need a new spatula. You can tell I really use stuff out of my stuff. This isn't going to take too terribly long. It's actually going to be pretty quick. A few things to know when you're dealing with fish. After you've used a work surface, clean it. Don't use the same knife to cut something else. Grab another one. Fish can cause salmonella and cause a lot of problems. So never use the same thing. When this is done, I'm going to put water in it. I'm going to put a little dish soap in it. Let it soak out a little bit, then clean it. If you don't clean this enough, when you go to use it the next time, you're going to get really ill. And when I mean really ill, you could be hospitalized for this. So please, be a little respectful of yourself and others. As well as if you're going to cook this for people, I would always encourage you to find out about any issues they may have with certain allergies, stuff like that. Seafood can often, whether it be fish or shell, it doesn't make a difference. Some people have a lot of issues with it. If you have to worry about things like shellfish, one thing you have to worry about is the fact that sometimes people will buy just the fish and think they're all right, but the problem is they get cross-contaminated at the supermarket. They'll put in things, they'll put it in the same line with shellfish, and it's been contaminated, and that's enough to give some people really nasty reaction of some in the hospital. So, you know what I mean? Keep an eye open on that. So we're going to let this fry. Usually this takes a couple minutes. It's really not going to take too terribly long. But keep an eye on it. Don't go play video games. Don't go watch TV. Pay attention to it and watch it. When this is done, I'm going to come back and we'll start the fish. The fish in total shouldn't take more than 6 minutes, 3 per side, if it even takes that. Probably won't. Not in my wok anyways. But everybody's kitchen's different. And everything's going to cook different depending on how you cut your potatoes and stuff like that. So pay attention and we'll be back. Alright, so here's my fries. Yeah, I mean, they're not fully cooked, but they're cooked the way I like them. Cook them the way you like them. I like putting mine with onions. Always tastes better to me that way, at least. And we've got the fish in here. And you gotta remember, when you're done cooking, you gotta poke your knife into them and make sure that they're actually fully cooked, meaning they're kind of white on the inside. You don't want them smelling fishy, and you don't want them tasting fishy. It's seafood, so it's pretty serious. You need to make sure that it's fully cooked when it's done. Now, these just got on, so I mean, they still have to be quick. So I'm going to do about 3 minutes per side, flip them, and then another 3 minutes and they should be done. But I got my own knife here and we're going to poke through and make sure. So you never ever just take fish at face value. It's very important that you make sure that you do it the right way and proper way. If you don't, you're going to regret it later, and that I promise you. So I'll be back shortly. So we're back. So you can see that this piece right here is nice white and flaky. That's what fish should look like when it's fully cooked. I'm going to use some mild seafood sauce for my fish, and I'm just going to put a little ketchup on here, and that's basically it. This message is dedicated to a woman named Judy, and I'll leave it be as that. If you have leftovers you're not going to eat right away, and I actually have a little bit more than I actually want, do not put this in a microwave. It will ruin it. It will take it in the rubber. Do not microwave it. Put it in a frying pan or bake it. One of the two. Do not put it in a microwave. So please hit the like, share, subscribe button. Hit up our Patreon page. Check out our GoFundMe for my friend Jamie. His family could really use all the help they can get. Until next time, please eat healthy and let's make cooking great again.